Heracles and the Stymphalian Birds. Long ago, there was a lake that no one dared to approach, not because a monster lived beneath its waters, but because the sky itself had become the enemy. Above the marshes of Lake Stymphalia lived the terrifying Stymphalian birds. They were no ordinary creatures. Their beaks were made of bronze, their claws were razor sharp, and their bronze feathers could be launched like deadly arrows. According to legend, they were the sacred birds of Ares, the god of war. Hunters had tried to drive them away, but none had succeeded. The lake had become a place of fear, abandoned by everyone. When King Eurystheus heard about these fearsome birds, a cruel smile crossed his face. At last, he believed he had found a task that even Heracles could not survive. He summoned the great hero and gave him his sixth labor, to rid Lake Stymphalia of the deadly birds. Secretly, he hoped Heracles would never return. Without hesitation, Heracles set out on his journey. After many days of travel, he finally reached the mysterious lake. But something was strange. The marsh was silent. No birds filled the sky. Only thick reeds, dark water, and endless swamps surrounded him. As he walked carefully through the marsh, something glimmered in the mud. He bent down and picked it up. It was a bronze feather, as sharp as the tip of a spear. So the stories were true, he whispered. He tried to move closer, but the swamp swallowed his feet with every step. The deeper he went, the more impossible it became to reach the hidden birds. Just then, a calm voice echoed through the mist. Strength alone will not win this battle, Heracles. It was Athena, the goddess of wisdom. She handed him 2 bronze rattles, crafted by Hephaestus himself. Strike them with all your strength, she said. The birds will no longer be able to hide. With that, the goddess disappeared as quietly as she had appeared. Heracles climbed onto a large rock overlooking the marsh. Taking a deep breath, he raised the bronze rattles and clashed them together. The sound thundered across the entire lake. For a brief moment, nothing happened. Then the reeds began to tremble. A single bird burst into the sky, then another, and another. Within seconds, thousands of Stymphalian birds exploded from the marshes, filling the heavens with bronze wings and terrifying cries. The sky itself seemed to darken beneath the enormous flock. Heracles seized his bow. Arrow after arrow flew toward the birds. Some fell from the sky. The rest, frightened by the unexpected attack, scattered in every direction. They flew farther and farther away until they disappeared beyond the horizon. Legend says that the surviving birds fled to the island of Ares in the Black Sea, where many years later they would be encountered by Jason and the Argonauts. Heracles collected several of the fallen birds as proof of his victory and returned to King Eurystheus. The king stared in disbelief. Once again, Heracles had accomplished what no ordinary man could, but his trials were far from over. Another labor was already waiting for him.